keep up. Please don't crash. That's 5-0 on your ass. Don't get stuck. My shit blasting up. Window tinted, can't get caught. My bitch best, but
Yeah, what's the deal, everybody, man? This is Ricky Montoya checking in, a.k.a. the foolest of all bears, man. Of course, as you see, I do have a passenger in here today. So this is Who is in the Passenger Seats? And go ahead and introduce yourself, passenger.
What's up, everybody? I'm Tay, Big Tay, and here with my boy Ricky. Had to hop in the podcast with him today, and I'm ready to see what he got for me.
Man. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today, Tay. Thank you.
No doubt.
I'm glad that you brought up the whole Big Tay thing, because that brings me to the first thing that just crossed my mind just now. I remember you used to wear that necklace when we worked together. She used to wear this necklace, dude. She had a necklace that had like the letter T, and there was a dude who walked up in the room, regular as ever, just trying to have a regular conversation at the bank. And he walked up to her, he was like, "So where's Big T at?"
You talking about the white dude?
Yes. Bro,
I remember that.
It was just amazing, like, how boldly people were just to walk up to us and just say whatever the fuck. So, like, that's like the one thing that I want to kind of like get started off with. So, starting from like where we met, how did you feel going into like a corporate setting where people were just so like brutally honest no matter what?
Oh, that's a good question, Ricky. I was nervous. I would say I was nervous, but yeah, I'm gonna say
I feel you. I definitely was nervous. I think I was nervous being the only guy on the line. Like, it's not necessarily the biggest deal being the only guy, but I think like when they start to point out that it's, "Oh, I don't want to work with you. You're the guy. I don't want to deal with you today."
You dealt with that?
Sometimes. It wasn't like a regular thing, but I noticed there was certain people that would be up front that they would give me that type of attitude.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Ricky.
Yeah, no, but you know, when Big T was around, they definitely weren't enforcing that type of energy. I'll tell you what.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I guess I thought that you were the enforcer around there.
I don't know why.
Man, when you came around, people were treading lightly. People were treading big lightly, man. So I appreciate that. Listen, we're just not going to name names, but anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on from that. So let's go ahead and just, give the people a chance to introduce yourself to everybody. Tell them who you are, whatever the case, just go from there.
All right. Again, I'm Big T, Big Tay. Yeah, I ain't got my T on today, but that's all right. A little bit about myself. I'm a film writer. A writer. I don't know, Ricky. I'm so nervous. I didn't expect you to do this, man. Like, what? Yeah, I'm a real cool individual, and as you can see, Ricky thinking too, because I'm here. So I don't know. I guess I let my personality show. You just vibe with it or you're not.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, see, that was like the one thing that I really wanted to like bring you on the podcast about, because I kind of want you to like give the background as to like what even got you started in writing, like what gave you the inspiration and what like gave you the inspiration to continue on with it this far in life.
Okay, I can do that. My writing, I've always been a creative person. So, I like to write. My mind is always when somebody can give me a scenario or something, I'm like, oh, you can make something juicy out of that. Like, this is something simple. It can be like people sitting out here in the library on his phone just going crazy. Man, what he tripping about? Let me come up with something to make him trip. That was how I started writing.
No, for sure. So would you say that it's just like a drama line that'll kind of just get you going to create that longer storyline? Would you say that so specifically?
It can, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. I don't know what it was. I'm just always creative like that. Like, when it came to like plays and writing, anything theatrical, I was good at it. And let my mama say I was very dramatic.
I mean, hey, that's just kind of a normal thing with girls, man. I got 2 daughters. Of course, my daughter's an infant, but listen, she know how to pull at my heartstrings. I tell you what.
That just makes you a daddy girl.
Man, yeah, that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling.
That's all right.
That's a great feeling. Like sometimes they're like, "Man, get away from me, get off of me." But it's just like, you know what? I'm glad that you're looking for me.
Right.
I'm glad that you're looking for me. So that's a good feeling right there. Now, with you saying that, like, your mom saying that you're kind of a little bit more dramatic, would you say that she also kind of like help you like push yourself into that role as far as like writing creatively?
No, that I really don't know. Like I've come to the conclusion when it comes to my writing, that's just what God blessed me to be able to do, if
Oh,
that makes sense. He blessed me with the gift and I never paid attention to it for so long. I was just able to do it. You know how, like when God bless you with a gift, you
mhm.
do it easily. Like it just comes first nature to you. That's how writing is for me.
Man.
So that's how it was. Now, answer your second question, what kept inspiring me, I had lost it for a while because I had submitted these ain't names to a couple of writers that I kind of looked up to when it came to actually writing books
Right.
because I started there. I sent them some of my work because they were taking like people in to coach them, look over their writing, and they stole my work.
Hmm?
I don't know which one it is.
I should have never showed you how to use.
I told you were gonna mess up doing me that.
All right, so
Okay,
you gotta tell this story. What do you mean they stole your work?
They stole my work. So maybe like I'ma say like 8th grade.
Okay.
8th grade. We was around that time when we was able to get in the internet and everything. Am I too close up on this?
Nah, you straight.
Okay. I had sent it was 2 authors that were taking like people that were into writing and taking them under their wings.
Uh-huh.
But when you sent the work, I didn't know about copywriting your work.
Oh.
So I had sent like 2 or 3 books to writers and they stole my work and it wasn't copywritten. And then once that happened, I learned about it. It crushed me for like years. I did it lightweight in high school just because my mind just could never stop it. My mind could never do it, but I never took it serious.
Man.
And then after my departure, at my departure at that corporate life,
Shout out to them.
hey, you made the bids.
Man.
After that, it was like legitly maybe I say a month.
For real?
Month after I left there that I published my first book.
What?
A month after.
So how did that feel? Just like coming off of a month of that, do you feel like that's where like God kind of like reminded you of that given talent that you had there?
I think he opened my eyes, or not even that. God has always opened my eyes to it. I've just been closing my eyes to it because of the failure I had before.
I know what you mean. You know what? I can definitely understand that because I think it's like a lot of people from like the outside will always say like, oh, like somebody stole your work. That's like an honor that like lets you know that you're good work. But it's like in that moment, you're like anticipating somebody giving you a good answer. And that's the news that you get back. It's kind of like a backhanded compliment almost.
Well, no, it's disrespect.
For sure.
It's
For sure.
disrespect. But I didn't do nothing about it because I was so young. I was so young. So I think I was more crushed about it happening to me that I let it crush me too low. Let it happen now, we on a whole nother level. Hey, wait a minute, hold on, buddy boy. Let me see that. Let me see the copyrights on that because everything else is copywritten from here on out.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You got to do it right.
Right, you live and you learn.
But you know what though? It's those crash and burns that'll really open your eyes to know, okay, I got to do this next time. Next time I got to attack it that way. So it was like a lesson, but it helped you like know what you need to do the next time. So that's what's up. No, I like that. Now, with that being said, as far as like people like stealing your work, would you say that like it gave you like a way to, I'd say like maybe expand on ideas, or was there something that made you want to pivot the way that you write because of that?
So it never changed how I wrote. I still write how I wrote then. I'm more not secured on it, protective of it, on how I write. Hello, sir.
How you doing, fool?
The Foolish of All Bears podcast. But no, it never changed. I just really I feel like it made me grow.
Okay.
I feel like it made me grow. And I feel like it was something I needed to do. I needed to go through that. Like, I know some people might think it's crazy or whatnot. Like, what? You think you needed people to still work? No, I think I needed to be knocked down to be up so my eyes can see, like, this is how you got to do it.
I got you.
Because I'm going in there, I would have been going in there very naive. I would have been able to get ran out.
You know what? That's a fact. So, like, I know that you said you were in high school. Do you remember, like, the approximate age that happened at?
No, I was in middle school.
Oh, middle
I
school.
was in middle school when that happened. I was 8th grade.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like, I didn't know nothing about copywriting. All I knew how to do was come up with a good storyline, write it down into a story, and there's my story.
Okay. Yeah, so I can definitely understand how that can like really crush, especially like think about it, like 8th grade is a really formative year in life. That's when you're like really like figuring out who you are. So like that's amazing how like it really still like tied together and was still like able to revive or bring itself back at like a dark time, so to say.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That's cool. So with you like writing so long, do you actually have like a particular type of book that you even like to read, or are you even a reader at all?
I'm not a reader.
Really?
I'm not a reader. And I probably have to say a lot of it went towards that. I think resentment, like, you know what? Like, I looked up to y'all. Y'all was in the field that I dreamed to be in, and y'all stole me like that. I can't respect nobody else. All I can do is put my own work in it.
Oh, okay. You know what? I can definitely understand that.
So, yeah.
Wow.
I don't read. And then I feel like if I read, it takes away my creative ability. Because it's like, all right, I'm writing just like how this person, but I'm reading their books. Now, their ideas is going to bleed into what I'm writing.
Right.
Because I'm reading what you wrote.
Okay.
So it's like, no, let me write and just stay in my own lane. I don't need to read yourself. I respect it. I know it's there. You know, I throw my kudos on it. I buy it to show you that I'm fucking with it.
Of course you can cuss.
I'm telling you, I'm fucking with it. But I'm still I'm zoning on my writing.
Okay. Now I like that. Respectfully, for sure. Now, there's one thing that I want to ask you specifically, because I remember when we first met and you told me that you're a writer, there was a particular platform that you had said that you got like your, I guess, buffer as far as writing. So do you want to give a little bit of the background of that type of stories that you used to write back in the day? I think it was a story called Wattpad. I think that was what it was called.
Wattpad?
What was that? Wherever people used to write all those freaky ass stories on whenever we were like in high school, middle school? What was that website? It was a website where like all like the girls who were like sitting in the back of the classroom just writing nasty ass fucking stories.
I remember having this conversation, Ricky.
Bro, I promise to God, you told me that. You literally, you're like, I write stories like, you know what Wattpad is, or what is it?
Wattpad?
Is that the name of the website?
No, because that don't even sound like nothing I will open my mouth and say. Damn.
What's the name of that fucking website?
Wattpad?
It was a, excuse me. It was a website that like people used to like write stories on like back in like 2015, 2016, 2014. What was the name of that shit?
I can't think of nothing else but Wattpad.
Is that what it was?
No, I ain't never even wrote on nothing like that or searched that.
Yeah, Wattpad.
Ricky, I don't remember.
Okay, maybe I'm getting stories mixed up. Shout out to me, Foolish of All Bears. You know, you utilizing the fuck out of that buzz. I'm gonna make you a fucking co-host off of that shit. Nah, man, like I think that was like the one thing that like I really enjoyed whenever like we first met, like just being around another creative, because like making that pivot going into corporate, I had it kind of in my mind. Like at that point, I was like, okay, so I'm about to have my first daughter. I'm turning, I think I was 22, about to be 23 at that time. So I was like, I'm getting to like that point in life to where I'm like, I got to figure out where I'm going to be. So going into like a corporate setting, and then like you started like probably like a month or two after I got there. So it was like when I was kind of like getting my feet wet, I'm getting comfortable with people. And at that time, I didn't really even tell anybody about like what I did outside of work. So like when you started talking about like your creative background, it kind of like gave me the motive to be like, you know what? I don't have to put this stuff aside. So that's something that I kind of want to ask you. Would you say that you also being a mother, would you say any of that has like held you back or gave you like a backing to continue writing at all?
I would say before my daughter, it held me back because I'm big on like security. Like I just secure the bags. I'll kind of put corporate before my creative.
For sure.
My creative just never left me. I just forgot about it.
Mhm.
So when I had my daughter, it was like a light bulb switch. It was like, oh, I don't want to be a corporate girl. I'm more than this. Like, what? And then I see my daughter and I watch her grow up. And it's like, dang, I don't want my daughter just to be like, yeah, all I seen my mama do was go to work every day. Like, she never did nothing good. Not nothing good, but like nothing. She just went to work, came home. I want her to show, like, I can still live my dreams. I can still have what brings me passion to life.
For sure.
And all I gotta do is just make the money up off of it. And she said, you can make a living at it.
No, that's for sure. You know what? I think that's actually really important, especially for like kids.
Mhm.
So I think, you know, off of that aspect specifically, would you say that like watching your parents just like go through regular life, just working jobs and, you know, being family, was that something that also kind of hindered you from taking a creative route, or did that stop you at all?
Well, we can always say it never stopped.
Okay.
Because it's like I said, it's always been in me. Like it's always been there. I just let other things in my life kind of push me in a direction to forget about it.
I got you.
So as far as creativity, like there's nobody really like that in my family that I know.
Hmm.
You know, everybody. I'm a strong believer. Everybody has something creative about them that they can, whether it's singing, playing music, doing podcasts, writing, acting. Everybody got something good that they're at.
No, for sure.
But just watching my parents work just to make a living, to make us to provide for us,
Hmm.
I just saw how sad it can be. And that I had my daughter and I was like, dang, like I'm gonna be like that. I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up and pay attention to what God is showing me. Because that could be the blessing that I'm not learning the lesson.
Man, you know what? That is definitely the truth. Because I feel like there's like a lot of times in life where, you know, we can get not necessarily handed something like on a silver platter, but we'll get placed like in the right rooms at the right times. But sometimes God will put you in those kind of rooms, even when he knows you're not ready for it, just to kind of like give you that open introduction to be like, hey, you can be in this stage of life. I know you're ready.
Right.
But it's kind of like giving you the opportunity to see, are you going to grow into this, or am I going to have to pull you back and bring
Right.
you back into this?
Right.
So I feel like with you kind of just speaking on the aspect of having that downfall in middle school was like, God, like, here's this opportunity to get a chance to get your writing out there. It crushes you, but it's like, here, this is what can happen. So let's pull you back. But here we are 6-7 years later down the line. Here's the opportunity again. What are you going to do with it?
Right.
I like that. I like that. So kind of just like staying on that same topic as far as like on the corporate side, there is a story that I want to kind of tell you specifically.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was like, oh, God.
Nah. Listen. All right. So one time I picked up this passenger from the Hertz call center. Now this is the one that's over there off of Expressway, not the one that you used to work at, where I work at now.
Okay.
So that one on Expressway, I picked up a couple people from there, and I'm always like a real big like, oh, hey, how was the day? How was work? You know, did you have any crazy calls? Do you have something specific that stuck out? And I picked up this one girl. She was probably about the same age as us.
Okay.
And she was like telling me, like, she was like, man, like people just talk so crazy to us over the phone. And I was like, I mean, that's kind of expected. Like you're over the phone, so you never
Right.
really know what to expect.
Right.
And she was like, no, like I'm talking like you would never expect people to really say this kind of stuff over the phone. Cause she had told me like she'll get people calling in like, you guys got me fucked up. Like you got me this car that's broken down. I'm in the middle of nowhere in the middle of Kansas with a tire that just blew out. And now this car is leaking antifreeze. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing in the middle of nowhere right now? Like, and she was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm sorry that you're having this issue right now, but I can call a tow truck. The tow truck is estimated to be there between like 3 or 4 hours. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me right now? 3 to 4 hours that it's going to be waiting? And it's like, yeah, so either I can send a tow truck out there or you could just be stranded. You know, you let me know what you want to do. And she was like, you cannot talk to me like that. You need to stop talking to me. The next time you say something to me like that, I'm going to travel up to that job and I'm going to beat your fucking ass. And she told me, she was like, yeah, well, your car has to be working first for you to get here. So I was like, what? And she's like,
Man.
listen, sometimes you just got to tell the people. So did you have an experience like that when you were working there?
Man, Ricky, I did my first call. What's that? Hers? Yeah, Hers car sales. Well,
It's cool.
dang, I gotta remember. But yeah, that was my first. I remember my first call center job. I hated it. I would tell anybody, don't you ever work in a call center. Them people, even I've seen it from both sides, working it and being the customer.
Okay.
So I know how I've called it crazy.
For sure.
I've called it crazy.
Big
I've
T
been-
came on there.
Man, Big Tay, fuck me. Big Tay said, what's up? But I've been on the side, after working on the side of the call center, it's different because you get like 3 or 4 of them back to back. They don't know that they getting lined up.
For sure.
You know, so yeah, you got to talk crazy back.
Do you
Or
have,
you forget to disconnect the line. Yes, sir. So I will definitely, line is, damn. Call dropped.
man, I definitely been through that a couple of times. Do you have a specific story that stuck out as far as something that you'll never forget from those kind of interactions? So,
Not one that's coming to mind.
dang,
What about you?
you know, I do. I fucking do. So I work for a call center now, and I ended up in a department where I'm basically like handling people's like deliveries. So like people buy like appliances, couches and shit like this. Number one, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm not shitting on the company that I work for because I'm not gonna name them. But if you're buying shit from a fucking grocery store, why in the world are you buying appliances? Why are you buying a leather couch? And why are you expecting it to not have a fucking issue? That's all I'm just gonna say, just to get that off my chest. So
Respectfully.
respectfully, listen. All right. Oh man. So
All right.
freaking like you get a lot of those calls where like people will, it's like the drivers, they're like, hey, I got this person, here's their phone number, name is this, I'm at this address, I'm delivering a couch and a washer and dryer. It's like, okay, what's going on with this couch, washer and dryer? How may I assist? And you think it's just gonna be, oh yeah, I couldn't deliver this because of X, Y, and Z. And it was one of those scenarios where apparently this team of 2 were going to drop off a refrigerator to an old couple.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell was going on between these 2 gentlemen during this day, but apparently there was some tension going on. They could have been butt buddies or something for all I know.
All right.
But they got to this drop-off space. They went to go introduce themselves to the people and to the couple. And when the couple walked out to the truck to go help them get the stuff off, they got into a little disagreement, the 2 drivers. One
Okay.
driver shoved the other driver, and then they just started like duking it. Like I'm talking throwing a straight fade in this like white people's, bro, in their grass on the front lawn.
Oh man.
So the passenger of the delivery team got his ass basically knocked out, left on the fucking grass. The other driver jumped back in the truck and left.
Did they leave the refrigerator?
No. I said, excuse me?
You can leave this man on my lawn and I leave my refrigerator. I want a new one for free.
Bro, I was like thinking about it. I was like, you know how fucking awkward that is? Like, I'm waiting on my refrigerator and I got some random stranger just sitting on the curb, just not passed out. Like, I'm
Knocked
talking
out.
just like disappointed, just sitting there, just kind of like that. And you just got to.
Oh, I think it's like, you know, not this.
No, I'm talking like they just got at it and he just dropped him. He just dropped his ass and got in the truck and left. And the first thing that I thought about was like, man, you know how awkward that is? You got to walk up to him and be like, do you want some water, son?
No, it's the, you all right?
Exactly. You all right there, buddy? Do you need some ice?
Need anything?
Oh my God. Like,
It's embarrassing.
I could only imagine just like being like the drivers, just being stuck with a person all day. Cause I mean, I did delivery as well. So when you're sitting in those trucks and you're sitting in those vans, being in those vans by yourself is one thing. But being in those vans and trucks with another person, and it's only you and that person for 10 hours, you got to really like that person that you're working with.
Yeah. Or be able to deal with them at least.
I mean, when you don't like somebody, it's kind of hard to deal with them. Let's be honest.
True.
Let's be honest.
That's big fact, big fact.
I mean, shoot, let's go ahead and knock that out the park when it came to working in corporate. It was kind of tough working around some of those people when you really don't like them, but you just gotta either you grow to like them or you don't.
Right, have that love-hate type of friendship.
Exactly, man. So yeah, moving on from that one there, because it's just like, it's such like an interesting thing when it comes to like the topic of just like corporate with like people who have like a creative backing, because it's like, let's be honest, a job is really just like a kickstand. I need the support.
Right.
I need the help.
Stability thing.
So with that specifically being said, I want you to kind of touch on some of the new endeavors that you've been telling me about recently, if you feel open to talk about.
Okay, I can't really speak too much on here at the moment.
Okay.
But I can say a little thing. Outside of just writing books, I've stepped into the music. Not the music. I have stepped into that low key. I ain't gonna shy on that one.
No, that's a fact.
But I've been in the film. I've been stepping my waters into the film production industry.
Hell yeah. So how's that transition so far from being a writer?
It's a creative standpoint, it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
From reality standpoint, it's an adjustment. Because creative, on my extent, I write how it's filmed.
Right.
So I can get on the set and say, nah, that's not how it's supposed to go. It needs to be like this. It needs to be like that. But then when you got other people that hey, they paying for this too. So it's like, well, we don't really want that. Now you got to adjust to what they want and kind of what they want to see compared to what you have envisioned. So it's an adjustment. It's a small adjustment that can be kind of hard.
I got you. So would you say off that aspect, how do you feel about criticism in that specific aspect then?
I'm always down for criticism. I would rather you tell me what I'm doing wrong so I can correct it instead of not tell me and it's still an ongoing issue. Like this can make it better. All right, what makes you think that's better?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always down for that. I can take it.
I like that. I think that's like also very important because, excuse me, there's a lot of people in like the creative space who I feel like once you get into a creative space, you're kind of just obligated to be a narcissist because you have people around or you surround yourself with people. God bless me. I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oklahoma
weather? Sorry.
Don't get me started on this damn Oklahoma weather. Listen, off that aspect, fuck whatever I was about to say. Listen.
No one knows what you will say.
I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying. So, like, when it comes to, like, being a creative, I think, like, you kind of like build your own group of collective. And the one thing that I've understood is in those collectives, you build a collective of people who are bigging you up. So it's all just like a big old ego boost. So I think it's like really tough when it comes to as a creative aspect of building a team of actually genuine people who can give you a genuine opinion. Right. So being that you've made this pivot into going into filmmaking, are you around people who you're at least familiar with, or is it just like a whole bunch of people you don't know, like from new faces?
No. So it's a mix. It's a mix. The person that put me on and the camera person I took a actual film producing class with.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, all three of us know each other, and the film producer, the one that actually had a film studio or the one that owns the company, put it like that. We work up under him to help build his company up.
Oh,
so he's the cameraman. I'm one of the writers. He already had a head writer, so he just added us to the team to expand it, so it can help him just take the load off.
Okay.
And I'm grateful for it. I love it. I love doing it. I love the fact that I even get a chance to do what I want to actually do.
I like that. That's a good thing. I think like especially like coming out of those classes, it's like one thing to like meet people in classes, but to actually meet people in those classes where it actually goes somewhere.
Right.
I think do you feel like that kind of gave you like a battery in your back to be like, you know what? I think I can do this. I can make this happen.
Yeah. It was the fact that he always said this to me, and I respectfully will always say this back. He said, I took a chance on you because I saw a light in you. I said, you know what? I ain't even here to play. I ain't even here to play. Let's do this. Let's do this.
No, that's a fact. You definitely had a light in you, because like I remember like going in on the shift. I'm like, damn, I don't work with Tay today. I don't work with Tay in the back. Because like we used to just have a blast when we would be back there in the drive-thru. And like there is one specific story that stuck out that I just want to like get your perspective as far as like how it was on your aspect. So there was a particular scenario whenever we were working in the back of that job we had together.
Okay.
And, you know, whenever it got a little busy, sometimes it got a little overwhelming, and, you know, emotions can definitely fluster.
Yes, most definitely.
So there was a particular, I feel like you know what I'm about to say.
There's so many things going through my head. Like, which one?
So there was a particular lady who drove up, and she popped up in the business lane. I remember she dropped off her little deposit. And I don't know what it was about those people who came in the business lane, but they just felt like we were just like there for them specifically.
I mean, that was everybody that came.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough. Touche. So it was another one of those scenarios where a lady came through the business lane, she dropped off her thing. And I was telling her, I was like, hey, something's incorrect on this. Like, you didn't add up all these numbers. And I sent it back to her. And she was like, are you kidding me? There's nothing wrong with anything here. Like, you're just not reading this correctly. And I was like, I mean, if I'm reading this and adding this in the system and it's telling me this, that's why I'm asking you to fix it. And she sent it back. And I looked at it and I was like, she didn't correct a fucking thing, nor did she sign it. And I sent it right back to her. And I was like, ma'am, I need you to correct it because something's wrong. So what I asked for you to sign for is this. And that's all I need you to do. And I closed the thing on her. And I could see her just waving her arms, just yelling her head off. And this lady specifically drove a Fiat. And I was like, you know, for a bitch driving an Easter egg on wheels, you sure got a whole lot of fucking ass. So I want to get your perspective on that side of the... Oh my God.
Man, I forgot. Oh my God. The Easter egg ring. That's the only thing about that story that is. I've never heard anybody say eggs on wheels. When you pulled that picture up, it was a permanent imprint in my mind that wasn't ever going away. I can't say nothing else but the egg on wheels.
Oh man, that shit had me so hot. I remember I was pissed.
Oh.
I remember I got back to the desk. I was like, man, for a bitch who drive an Easter egg on wheels, you sure got a whole lot of fucking attitude. And I remember you laughed so hard, you hit the back of the chair, hit the desk, and fell to the floor. I was like, holy shit! And I was so mad I couldn't even laugh at you laughing. I was just sitting there like. Oh my God.
Oh my God, Ricky. I think that was why I was probably cracking up. I felt your pain with because I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God.
I felt your pain, but it was the egg on wheels, bro. Every time I saw her car, that's all I thought about. See, I see them go, oh my God.
See, I got that from my lady. That was like her thing. She was like, they look like Easter eggs. And I was like, I can't unsee it now. I can't unsee it.
You can't. If anybody watching it, look at, what was it, a Fiat?
Yeah, Fiat.
Look at a Fiat, and it looked like an egg on wheels. And then Google egg on wheels. You would never see them cars again.
Oh my God.
Say, man.
Listen, you know what's funny, specifically talking about that car? Number one, shout out my brother-in-law. I love you to death. I love you to death. No.
Oh.
But so we went to Cali, I think when I first moved out here. This is probably like 2018, 2019. And he has a cousin out there on his dad's side of the family who, when he first moved to Cali, she actually ironically moved there as well.
Okay.
She, at that time, drove a Fiat, just like that. Mind you, my brother-in-law is like 6'3", 6'4". He's not a small guy. Watching him get out of that Eggs on Wheels was the funniest shit. Like, it's like those, like, the Mr. Bean cartoon when he gets out of his little tiny little car and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, man. You know, my grandpa, he's not from the States. My grandpa's not from the States. I don't know what it is about people who are not from the States, but they love Mr. Bean.
Maybe because he didn't say nothing.
That's exactly it. You know what's funny? I said the same thing, and my realtor took us to this one restaurant. What is it called? It's called the Taj on 23rd Street in Oklahoma City. It's an Indian spot, and it's like a real traditional Indian spot. They only play Mr. Bean and like Bollywood movies in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I told my wife that, and I was like, you know, my grandpa loves this show. She was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I don't know what it is about people not from the States, but they love Mr. Bean.
Wow.
Yeah, it's probably because it's all action. He don't say nothing, so they ain't gonna figure out the word.
And he don't say shit. He's just, yeah. He's just,
Ricky, you was hilarious.
I'm gonna use the shit out of that button. That motherfucker gonna be broke. That motherfucker gonna be broke by the time I'm done with this shit, man. Oh man. Now, you know, I didn't get a chance to pivot the way how I was trying to pivot with that story earlier, so we're just gonna go this route. So there is a video that I saw a couple months ago that I feel like you would connect with this. So
You playing this out, buddy.
I am. Listen, I had a whole episode planned. Come on now.
Okay.
So there's a video. You might have seen this before. It's a video of two people on stage at like the most worst time that there could be an altercation happening. So I'll just go ahead and paint the picture for it while I'm trying to find this video. I should have just had it listed and loaded up. So I'm going to trim this down to make it easier for us. There's a video. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Let everything you doing to us. That has worked. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Rashida, you doing too much. This is too much. This is too much what you're doing. So slow down. Get on the beat. Do what you're supposed to do. This is praise and worship. No. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I don't mind. I don't care that it's live. I don't care that it's live. I don't care that it's live. No. I don't care that this is live. No. I don't care that this is live. I don't care that this is live. No. Because I didn't forgive you for.
Because why?
Man.
Because why, ladies?
No, seriously. Now, the reason why I bring up that video specifically, because there was a story that you told me that I've never let go of since the day you told me.
Ricky, you in these stories.
I didn't feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to just line up a couple lines here for you, and I'm going to let you lay out the rest here for me. So there was a story that you told me once about how you had an altercation in church. And I'm going to let you take the rest for me. Shut up, Big T.
Ricky. Okay. Why, Ricky? Why you bring this story up? Okay. So, it was, how far back? You want me to get the quick rundown?
No, I want you to give the whole story. I want you to paint the picture the same way you painted the picture for me.
We got time for that?
We got time. Listen.
All right, we got time for that. Okay.
They're going to let me take over this room. I'm end up owning this bitch, so listen.
Hey, the foolish of all bears.
You got it?
Podcast.
You know-
Hey.
Let's go. My hands are sweaty as a bitch.
Okay, so the story. So I gotta give a little backstory on this.
Okay, go for it.
So how this all started was, I'm gonna come up with some names. It was a couple of girls I was cool with, you know, respectfully. All beef is put aside. I do want that to be known, just in case.
Okay.
All beef is put aside, but this is the truth.
We're all adults now.
Right. So, me and this girl, we got into a fight at Penn Square Mall in the back. If you've ever been to, say that?
Go for it.
At the mall, in the back. In the field. in the mud.
In the mud.
In the middle of the night. We fighting, we thumping, boom, boom, boom. Fight is over. Time has gone by. You know, I'm gonna say I'll give you like, no, it had to be summertime. At least 6 months.
Right.
6 months. It's been some time.
Okay.
And so I come from a very religious family, religious background, go to church all the time. So the church believes if they come together and leave us in the auditorium by ourselves, that the preacher's wife, the preacher's granddaughter, her boyfriend, and his mom, and go to the back of the church and have a prayer circle about this. Mind you, we're not in the middle of the prayer circle. The two people they should be praying for, we're not there. We just sitting amongst. So I'm sitting there talking to my homegirl on the phone, and I'm hearing like back there, like them talking. Like I can hear them like, don't talk to me after you just touched her. Don't touch me. So I'm like, you know what? She better get rocked again. Respectfully, she better get rocked again. She keep talking this mess like I can't hear her, and I'm just supposed to be sitting here all quiet like some type of B word. They got the game messed up.
Right.
Do we gotta go back through this again? Because this is why, whatever. So I jump up. I wish this camera could get the whole thing. I jump up out my seat and I said, "Come on, then, let's go." Let's go.
In church. I want to establish this.
Church is over.
I don't give a damn. It's on the church property. I want to establish this on the church property. So finish.
It wasn't the sanctuary. God forgive me. I jumped and I said, "Let's go. Let's go." Mind you, I don't think nobody expected this to happen.
Oh shit.
I don't think, because again, they left the preacher's wife. She's an elderly lady. The preacher's boyfriend, the preacher's granddaughter's boyfriend, and his mom in there.
Oh.
So she's technically a visitor. So is he, but so they left the wrong people in there
Okay.
just to go pray about this situation. So she's talking, and I jump up. I said, "Come on, let's go." She jump up, and she come. So we're in the middle of the pews of the aisle. You know, when you after you drop your collection, you walk there,
Yeah,
you go
for
back
sure.
to your seat. We in there, and we just standing there, and I'm like, "Come on, like I'm not." You want to sit around? Like, what's up? We've been here
She
before.
said, "Come on now.
Come on.
Let's hustle."
Come on. So we about to fight, Ricky. I feel like I can't give my full story because
Nah, you can get a story.
but we about to fight. We about to fight, and it's right before they just finished praying. So everybody's bum rushing down because they hear us arguing and fighting. Like, and we're literally like right there. She had many opportunities to. Never mind. We ain't even go that way. we ain't gonna go there. Anyway, so we about to fight, and her dad's grabbing her. Everybody's pulling me back like I'm the aggressor.
Oh,
I'm like, what did I do, guys? All I did was stand up to defend myself.
like I'm the aggressor.
Like I'm the aggressor. And so they break us up. My mom's like, "Get your stuff and go." I get my stuff. I'm walking out the door. She's still trying to charge at me.
Oh my gosh.
She's still trying to charge at me again. So I just look over my shoulder and I'm like, "Oh, okay. So you really want these hands, but we can't do it." My mama get me in the car. We backing up. We about to pull out. This girl charges in my mom's car, spits at my mama's car. She spits at my mama's car. I understand spit ain't nothing, but that's disrespect.
No,
You're trying to spit on
1000%.
me. In my mind, you're trying to make that hit my face. So I
It
need
hit
to
the back tire and shit.
But in the moment, that just landed on my face.
For sure.
Disrespect. I take my seatbelt off. Car still rolling. I got heels on. I got a skirt on.
Good
Take
Lord.
the seatbelt off. Swing that car door open. Hey, tug and roll, buddy. And I'm about to get up and square up with this girl. But you didn't fight.
Oh man. Dude, I
Why did
remember.
you make me tell that story?
Listen, the first time you told me that story, I told this to my wife the other day. I'm gonna get Tay to tell this story one
Oh
way or
my
another.
God.
I was like, because when Tay told me the story, I was like, the excitement on her face when she was like, "Ricky," I stood up. I said, "What you trying to do? What's up?" I was like, Tay. Because I'm like, we're in this corporate setting, and we're like, I tell you, like, when I met you, like, we just like clicked. Like we just got to like talking, and I was like, okay. I was like, I got somebody here that I could like build
Be
like
cool
a
with.
connection with. We would be
Right.
cool. And like I remember I was telling you like a couple of my stories about like whenever I had to get down with people or like scenarios when I had. And I remember you just pulled the rabbit out of the hat with this story. And you're like, Ricky, did I ever tell you the story about whenever I almost beat up a bitch in church? And I was like, I said, wait a minute. And I said, run that by me again, ma'am. I said, run that by me again, ma'am. And you were just like, okay, I'm going to tell you. And I was like, the excitement that she had when she told me the story, I was like, I'm going to get her to tell this story on the pod because that's the funniest shit I've ever heard in
I
life.
mean, at the time, I did have a lot more theatrics on it, but I do
For
have
sure.
to say, since then to now, our beef has been squashed, so I don't
Okay.
bring too much excitement. Like, oh yeah, I still remember that time I was.
Man, I
We
don't
don't
care.
let that. We don't let it go.
Listen, if it's up forever. I don't give a fuck.
All right.
But nah, I'm a dad now. I'm a dad. I got daughters. I got 2 daughters. You know, I got to be an example and shit like that. But you know what? Listen, Mike Tyson got how many kids?
I will say that. Right?
It's just subtly. You know what? Stand on.
Big biz,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Oh, man. All right, we got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of time left. So that gives me a chance to kind of tackle this last topic before we go ahead and wrap this episode up.
Okay.
So I'm just going to, kind of slow us down and just give us like a last little bit to kind of just break the ice on it. So there was
After that stuff,
Now you let it break the ice.
Hey, listen.
It's already been broken.
Nah, for sure.
It's been shattered.
Now, kind of just staying on the creative aspect, I remember we used to talk about like a specific TV show that we watched together, like The Power. We were really into The Power
Okay.
Ghost at the time.
okay.
So do you have a top 5 like TV shows that you always watch, or like top 5 shows that you just absolutely love and can't get enough of?
I have maybe not a top 5, but I can at least throw my top 3 on.
Okay, I'll work with top 3.
All right, I got to put it on there on top of the list because it's the best show to me, The Office.
Okay.
I love The Office, but a close runner-up is All the Queen's Men by Tyler Perry. You ever seen that?
All the Queensmen?
All the Queen's Men.
I have not. Is that a new show?
BET Plus.
Okay.
We on like there's a couple seasons in. Bomb. If you watch that show and see where like my writing is, that's where it's at.
Okay.
That's how I write. All the Queen's Men. If you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. Madam is bomb. She run it.
Okay.
She run it. If don't, at least go watch the preview. But yeah, okay. So those 2, and then my third one would be, maybe it's just top 2 today, Ricky.
Now, come on. You can pull out a third
I
one.
can. Because now you got me thinking of Power. I'm a Power girl, but I'm not. The Shy.
The Shy. I heard that's
Shy.
fire show.
Bomb.
Man.
What about you?
Man, you know what? If I had to give a top 3 shows, I'm gonna go with. I don't care. Let's say I'm gonna go with number 1. I'm gonna go Power. I'm talking like original Power.
Okay.
Like the
not
original
Ghost,
Power.
then.
Ghost was cool. I don't like how like Ghost was like kind of rushed, which I had a conversation with another friend of mine. It was kind of rushed just a little bit, but Power. Everybody Hates Chris,
Okay.
and I'll say Phineas and Ferb. That's something I've been watching the shit out of with my daughter a lot. Yeah, my daughter's finally at that age where she's like taking interest in stuff I like.
Okay.
So one day we just put it on for her, and she was like, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch Bluey. I want to watch this. And I was like, man, fuck Bluey. Man, fuck Bluey. And
Respectfully.
like, I don't want to. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, man, fuck Bluey. I don't want to watch Bluey right now. And I was like, we're watching this.
Motherfucker.
Bro,
Really bad.
bruh, don't even get me fucking started on that little.
Ugh.
Man, so like just watching back like Phineas and Ferb and just like seeing like little kids, how they're able to just like consistently do all this crazy shit. They got the older stepsister who honestly, like thinking about it and watching the show now, it seems like the sister was schizophrenic, to be honest.
Okay. But you know what's crazy? You say that. Didn't they say Phineas and Ferb was like some type? It was a conspiracy. I'm a conspiracy person.
Exactly.
So they said they had some type of, was it mental?
Mm-hmm. And that's why I say that. I think one of the conspiracies is that like Candace was like schizophrenic and like Phineas and Ferb actually like passed away in a car accident.
And that was just her. I heard that one.
That was like her trauma, like bringing her back of like trying to catch her brothers.
But I also heard it was based upon two brothers. There was like Phineas and Ferb. Hey, I can't remember like how you just said it. That was one I did hear too.
So it was just like when I heard that story about it, it kind of like brought me back to like watch it. You know, I thought about that about 5 minutes in. It came in the back of my mind, but I was like, you know what? It's gonna keep going the entire time. I'm gonna have hope. So if it stopped, it stopped. You know what?
Because I was like, I'm sitting here looking over. I'm gonna stop staring at it, but I think this is out, buddy.
I know,
But it
but
don't matter. It's still,
it is
it's
what it
still
is,
good.
man. It's funny, but like, it just like reconnected me to the show, and like watching it with my daughter, and like me understanding the aspect
Mhm.
and getting her the chance to see the excitement on her, and then like how she just like takes on the characters. Because you know, kids, they pick up the smallest shit,
The who? The
s-
smallest.
the smallest thing. Look at that. See?
Look.
Fuck yeah.
It's been up.
Okay, so it looks like it stopped recording now. That's cool.
So
So
we did record.
it recorded that whole time, but I guess it stopped recording because of the low battery.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Shoot.
All
It
right.
got a good, 50 minutes of video.
Yeah.
So even if the video stops here, it's all good. So that gives me an opportunity to kind of wrap that up with the last little bit of things. So with you being my passenger for today and staying on the aspect of me being like a Lyft and Uber driver,
Okay.
would you rate me a 5-star driver or would you report me as a driver?
I wouldn't report you. I give you a solid 5. Good God.
You solid 5, solid 5. I appreciate that.
5.
And you know what? I used to look at all that shit, but hell yeah, I'm a 5-star. I'm a 5-star fucking driver. Unless somebody reported me and said that I brought them cold fries. So fuck you, little Maggie. I ain't never forget your bitch ass name.
I forgot mine, but I had one tell me that I didn't deliver the order. I never put that on that cubby. One of your teammates fucking stole it.
Facts.
Gave me a violation.
Man, listen, I had one of those before, but
Damn.
we're not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. I'm gonna fuck around and get mad in here.
Yeah, don't get mad, Ricky. We ain't supposed to get mad.
Man. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off on that aspect, man. Of course, this is Ricky Montoya, aka the Foolest of All Bears, here with
Big T, Big Tay on that one.
the fuck out of that button. I love it.
I forgot the other button.
I know. I don't know what it is, but man, the camera's not even on. So what is this? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, man. If you're not already following me, that of course is at itymd.podcast. That's not on TikTok anymore since it's over now. Instagram, YouTube, as well as Spotify and Apple Music and everywhere else that you can enjoy podcasts at. If you want to drop your ads, you can. Go for it.
I got a couple ads. I'm still a TikToker. They are taking that away, but I'm also on Lemonade, Sharice_34. You can also catch my book at Lululemon, as well as called Tearing Us Apart by Taylor's.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much.
Going too fast, 150 on a dash, bitch keep up. Please don't crash, that's 5-0 on your